Hi YouTube, this is Sylvia from Not Your Mom's Vlog, and I gotta tell you, I'm a little bit ticked off. I'm a little upset. I just saw this video called Boudoir Photo Shoot, and I thought it was gonna be a boudoir, promotional video because my husband's into photography, so I thought maybe this would be something I could look at and maybe I can get some ideas for boudoir shoots. However, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty ticked because this particular video feels that you need to be stick thin and fit beautifully into lingerie to be considered beautiful. I find that very hard to believe because there are plus size models that are gorgeous. There are women who are by medical standards obese or overweight, and they look gorgeous. They wear their weight in such a way they look beautiful, and to be so stick thin, they would look awkward. They wouldn't be them. And I'm sorry, but to market your business strictly for the thin, you're limiting your market, number one. Number two, you're discriminating against everybody else who has a hard time losing weight. And I just think it's wrong. And you may find this very hard to believe because, well, I mean, now I have, I'm a different person. But I used to be a model. I was an actual model in the industry for 10 years. And let me tell you, every time I went to a shoot, every time I did something, I always checked out the agency before I even took the job. I always checked out to see, do they take plus size models? Because what if my weight fluctuated? Are they into strictly lingerie, or do they also do fashion and glamour? Because some fashion and glamour does use plus size models. And I saw in almost every photographer that I worked with and in almost every agency I worked with, there was a plus size model, at least, at minimum, at least 5 represented in the agency. 5 at least. And let me tell you, there's a huge market out there for them. Huge. And I'm sorry, but your business is discriminating against everybody else who can't lose weight or maybe has a hard time. And you're basically saying that you have to be thin to be beautiful or to be arousing to somebody of the opposite sex or whatever you like. I'm sorry, but that's wrong. That is just wrong. And I know this is a safe space and non-judgmental, but I'm sorry, but that is wrong. That is wrong. How could you do that? How could you make somebody feel bad about who they are? Okay, so the next thing is, you put a tagline in your agency's video that said, need weight loss incentive. What is that? Why would you say that? If someone wants to lose weight, that should be their choice, don't you think? It should be a medical decision or a cosmetic decision that they make on their own. Why would you say, do you need a weight loss incentive? You're basically saying, you're too fat to wear lingerie. What is wrong with you? Do you go around saying that to people if they want to come into your store and want to do a boudoir shoot? If they're too heavy, why can't they be in your video? Why can't men be in your video? All I saw was women. There seems to be a stereotype that you are progressing. All you're doing is pushing forward the stereotype that you need to be thin to be able to be beautiful. I suffer from hypothyroidism, okay? One thing that happens when you have hypothyroidism, guess what? You gain weight. And I gained it like that. I gained it from my pregnancy. I gained 60 pounds while I was pregnant. I started off at 120. I ended up at 180. Okay? It was not good. I did not have gestational diabetes by the grace of God, but I still was very overweight by the end of my pregnancy. After my son was born, I stayed at 160 pounds. It was very difficult to lose the weight. It wasn't until we discovered that I had the thyroid problem that they got me on medication that helped me to lose my weight. That, with the diet and exercise, of course I was able to lose the weight. But that's not the point. The point is, if while I was heavy, my husband had told me, I'm sorry, you're just too fat and I don't like you anymore, do you think that would have made me feel good? No, he stuck by me. He found me attractive no matter what my size. And that's what you should be marketing. You should say, instead of saying, do you need to lose weight? Come on and lose weight and then do the boudoir shoot. You could say, you know what, no matter what your size, we'll make you look beautiful and we'll give you the confidence that you need to project the sexiness that we want to see in your photos. That's what you do. Okay? This is Not Your Mom's Vlog, and I am a very serious person and honest, and I apologize if I hurt your feelings. Not Your Mom's Vlog.